Good morning. I am Jan Cercone at Sound and Light Healing Arts. I welcome people from the Being Light coaching program, Becoming Light membership circle, and all the amazing people that are learning to exercise a new way of looking at their lives that they are becoming finally. Slowly and surely, we on this spiritual path together, holding each other's hands, we are becoming more aware of the potential to be not in charge of, but to be aware of the flow of energy through us and to make some new choices in alignment with our spiritual helpers and some simple meditation tools to the point where it's just astounding sometimes and
Internet's
nothing
bad.
short of miraculous.
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Okay. On my end.
Now I can, but you've been going out quite a bit.
Okay. Well, I think it is the in and out up here of being in the country. So thanks for mentioning that. Let me go ahead and mute everybody so you can snore or whatever you need to do. Okay, great. All right. So welcome again to this meditation. And today's meditation is a topic that is on my mind because we've all been sick or we know someone that's sick. And I said, how can we understand the nature of physical illness? So much of what I talk about here is opening and activating and feeling more elevated and expanded, bringing in higher frequencies. So when I'm looking at physical disease, it is easy for it to be looked at also as an energetic anomaly, a river of life that has become toxic. And imagine this river of life, and say a wound comes in childhood, say if I'm not good enough, I'm unlovable, and that's like a big tree trunk coming down the river of life. And what happens is when leaves or other energies come down, or even you imagine coming down in your canoe wanting to get somewhere and you hit against this tree trunk and it's already formed like a big dam up. It's formed where the fresh water can't get through, and then mud and sludge, and pretty soon you have a little berm there. Pretty soon you have an infection, or you have a bursting, an aneurysm. You have diabetes because you can't feel the flow of life. And so you keep eating and wanting to get that flow and that sweetness back. So man has many, 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 many ways of treating and understanding disease. But if you go back to ancient times, the very best things are from nature. Number one, sitting in nature. Why? Because nature holds natural flow of sounds, vibrations, and colors and light. So just imagine if you're not feeling well and you're laying by a stream bed, take a deep breath and just feel the sound and the energy of the stream percolating through your body. Taking a breath and letting it push against this area of stuck. And breathing in the fresh air, all the little negative ions that are there. And then a little hummingbird comes, which of course means happiness. It's all available to us if we just get outside of our houses and outside of our heads. So that's one way we can naturally treat illness. But if illness becomes, again, this berm, this stuck energy where nothing can get through, and imagine, for instance, the liver. Say if you have the original wound of pure rage and anger at your mother, because she has been nasty or belittling or emasculating. That anger in the liver is actually going to start changing the cellular structure in such a way that it can't flush and do its original work. So this great housekeeping organ, the liver, suddenly starts being bloated and swollen, and fluids in your body back up, and you start becoming edematous, and your belly swells, and then suddenly you don't have the neurotransmitters produced that can go to your brain to give you nice, sustained energy throughout the day. So we can see that what happens emotionally, if it is not cleared, stagnates and creates like a tidal pool of nasty energetic elements, which are difficult for an adult to understand the origin even. Now, what I understand is things happen in the energetic overriding etheric field, and then over time, they become part of this, the density, the expression. So when you see someone who is glowing and healthy and full of vitality and ready to go, I am imagining that there is a true connection with their positive thinking, loving themselves, eating delicious foods that are good for them, and having a meditation practice so that they can clear any emotions as they come up, because we all have stuff from our childhood. On the other side of that is someone who has created such a stuck area in the system that is now becoming systemic and is causing backups in other parts. Well, the good news is all of this can be cleared, even to the terminal stage. Why? Because we have the ability to run energetic channels if we are willing, and if we are asking, and if we are allowing. I'm going to tell you now, I've studied quite a bit on how the very best healers that lived healed. And one specifically was a very good healer, Jesus. His name was Yeshua in that lifetime. And this is how he healed. First, he would come upon a person into his field. Now, there's a contract there. That person actually was ready and asking and allowing at his conscious level to say yes. That means that that person is buying into it. And of course, the belief system. Then Jesus would look at this person and say, have they learned the lesson that caused this grievance? This sadness is stuck. Have they moved beyond it? Have they forgiven? Have they done the Ho'oponopono, whatever it is that needs to be done? And if that is a green light, then he would simply radiate out the perfected energetic profile that is innately perfect for that person. So because, remember, higher frequencies cause the lower frequencies to rise up, that person would actually step into a state where all the cellular, all the physical things would recalibrate and realign into instant healing. This is all instantaneous healing is. Believing and allowing, and then a person facilitating it through an extremely high energy field. Now, then the question becomes, can that person hold it? Or 10 or 20 minutes later, they're looking for someone else to give them an answer. That person must believe and know and feel that they were part of the contract for healing. They must activate and allow their own healing belief system to come into play. So why am I bringing all of this up? Because I imagine that each of us, and myself included, might have a habit, an eating habit, a thinking habit, a habit of not exercising, or even deeper habits of self-sabotage, of going unconscious. And so by using the Be the Light processes, we are able to go into and work with these energetic stuck areas in our stream of life and move it out one layer at a time. So let's go ahead and begin our meditation. Let's take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. We still our minds with each breath. Take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We place that hold on of balance, the geometric structure, over our entire body now. Only energies of the highest light may be in this space. If you have a loved one who is suffering from a physical dissonance or issue, we simply ask that their higher self facilitate the same healing if it is in the highest good and the right timing for that being, and we let it go. We are mainly responsible for ourselves. That's kind of a reassuring feeling, isn't it? We can teach and model how to heal, but it must come from within, the spark of self-love and care to make the choice and to take the steps. So we ask and intend that through this meditative process, that we can relieve any patterns that keep us stuck in less than our highest vibration. Take a deep breath through the nose, out through the mouth. We ask and intend that we bring in energies that, if we are ready and it's the right timing, that we release any physical pain, physical area that is low in vitality, that is not in its utmost functioning order in communicating with the rest of our physical system. That's a tall order. But as you know, we have the right to ask, and we can allow, if it is in our highest good, for these energies to come through us and to heal deeply. So we simply take our attention to our heart, where we can receive these higher energies past our rational thinking mind. We ask the Creator make a beautiful ball of light for us that is shining and illuminating and does hold a specific pattern of resonance that is healing, that has our wholeness, that allows us to move through life in a bright, shiny, healthy way. We let this light now hover over the top of our head and simply melt down into our bodies very gently and fully. We receive this light into our head, into our eyes, into our shoulders, into our upper chest, and finally our heart. We are allowing our heart to be healed, the headquarters of our being. We allow all channels in the core of our sacred heart to finally receive the deepest, fullest vibration of self-love imaginable. We are ready and willing to let go of all the roots of the beliefs and traumas that have brought this disability or this related behavior, creating dissonance and imbalance within ourselves. Take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. It's almost as if we were bringing a beautiful, clarifying charcoal essence that absorbs any vibrations, any beliefs, any relationship patterns, any ways of being that are not harmonious and life-giving and enriching to us. Take another breath, and your body is responding, almost like a sitting golden Buddha. You are breathing in more gold, and the charcoal process is leaching out all the chemicals of stress, all the energy of confusion, being replaced by a peaceful wholeness that is blessed. Just allow it to happen, and allow it to happen at the deepest, deepest subatomic levels of your being. Allow this energy to go back through your timeline, no matter how old you are. Start now and go back to the last decade. Let this energy clear and absorb like a vacuum. Let it go back an additional decade. And now another decade, and just continue until the moment when you entered this earth plane. Allow it to be a continuous stream of light from your birth, from where you are now, a continuous tunnel of light that was never interrupted. We bless all of these experiences and ways of being as simply our path to wholeness, learning and growing so we could have compassion and love and support and assist others through their story of their life and their path. We are willing to let go at the deepest level all of our grievances now. We forgive our parents. We forgive our brothers and sisters. We forgive the classmates, the lovers. We forgive the partners. We forgive our children. We deeply, profoundly, and permanently forgive ourselves for any ways that we have trespassed against ourselves. We release all shame, all guilt, all feelings of inadequacy. Every time we have felt not whole, we release that from our core. And we bring in a new energy of wholeness, a full remembrance of our divine birthright. We let this tunnel of light be whole and complete, and to sustain us. We ask and intend that if it be in our highest good, that this be permanent and be holding. We ask that it be integrated and stabilized into all parts of our being. Let these energies emanate out fully, completely, in a blessed way, so that we may ring our resonance out into the world as not just being healed, but having navigated these life difficulties, so that we may assist and support and love others with no judgment, just an outstretched hand or a kind word. Take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth, and let these energies continue down, plugging into the earth plane, so that you feel grounded and stable and in service here to yourself, your own physical body, and to all other beings. For you have an important mission. Your path is important, and all that you have suffered and experienced has meaning. You can turn it into poetry, into kindness, into a song, into a being present for another person. This is a co-created path. Ram Dass said we are all just walking ourselves home. Nice deep breath. Let the energy from the earth core come up through our feet and through our legs, up through your heart. Let a butterfly, let a dove form within your heart. The sense of light and peace, freedom. Freedom to fly, freedom to feel light. This energy go down into your fingertips and your neck and your head, back up to Creator Source, plugging in. There you go. Great big light bulb chandelier light in the sky. The highest vibration source, undulating pure love and energy galore. So, as we finish this meditation, go ahead and imagine you're putting a golden, resilient egg over your entire energy field. One that is resilient in any thoughts or energies that are not holding this new designer alignment for yourself. Simply bounce off. Excellent. If you have a few moments, I suggest that you just relax and let these energies percolate without too much thinking or talking, and then have a walk in nature or maybe a glass of water. I thank you for joining me today. I am Jan Cercone at Sound and Light Healing Arts. I invite you to join us in the Wednesday morning meditations at 9 a.m. Thank you.